Okay, get to your pantries, check your seasonings, because you're going to need to take this news with a grain of salt. I do not typically report on rumors. However, in this case, I think the power of the internet may be necessary to ensure that some crazy shit doesn't slip by. Being reported that Ghislaine Maxwell has been made eligible for a work release program from her Texas federal prison. Quick check of her inmate number shows that she is still located at Federal Prison Camp Bryan. Podcast host and U.S. veteran Allison Gill, who is known for her deep dive investigations, is reporting on Substack that she has information related to Ghislaine Maxwell's current security score, her custody level, her transfer code, and is suspicious that they gave her a sex offender waiver. Before she was moved from Florida to Texas, both minimum security prisons, she had an inmate score of 27. Because she had a sex offender PSF, she shouldn't have qualified to be in minimum security prison at all, let alone the white-collar prison that she's in Texas for nonviolent offenders. Someone had to waive the PSF to allow her to move from Florida to Texas. And as you can see here, the PSF was waived. She's also coded as a custody level out, which allows her to leave the minimum security campus for work assignments. And if that sounds familiar, it's because it is. It's the exact deal that Alex Acosta and the state of Florida gave to Jeffrey Epstein. They allowed him to serve his prison sentence, but to leave the prison to do work stuff. And of course, that deal was penned by the lawyer Alan Dershowitz, who has also consulted on Ghislaine Maxwell's case, who has also been Trump's lawyer in the past. Getting accurate and quick information from Trump's Federal Board of Prisons is nearly impossible, especially as it relates to the Epstein-Maxwell stuff. So we're going to have to wait for some of those Freedom of Information requests to be processed. Democracy Forward is one of the groups that is pushing for it. Meanwhile, in Epstein land, Tara Palmieri, who is one of the journalists who is most noted as a trusted voice in reporting on Epstein, did 2 podcasts on Epstein and Maxwell and also was a friend of Virginia Giuffre, got Michael Cohen to admit that he might have interfered in some of Trump's cases that involved Epstein victims. And this comes after Michael Cohen went on MSNBC to say that Trump had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. He never dealt with Jeffrey Epstein. He doesn't know anything about it. Why would Michael Cohen be so nice to Trump after all of these years of dragging him? Could it be that Michael Cohen still lives in Trump Tower? Could it be that he still has some kind of tie to Donald Trump? I don't know. I don't trust the guy, right? But 4 minutes into his interview with Tara, which you can listen to, he says, I was only involved in one case. The allegations are awful. They're despicable. Basically, talking about rape of an underage female, claiming and alleging that Donald was involved. The timeline in the case he was talking about match up with the Katie Johnson case. Katie Johnson is a pseudonym for a 13-year-old girl who alleged that Donald Trump raped her, and so did Epstein. I have linked to all of these things in my bio so you can go deep dive on them. I think it's important that we're all looking at it. Trump's doing a lot right now, which always means he's hiding something.